Mr. Peacock is going to come to life today. My favorite part, getting all the blues started. Mix in some layers. Have to thank you guys for suggesting the peacock yesterday. Hello everyone, happy Saturday. Wait, happy Sunday. I don't even know what day it is. What does that tell you? Got our little peacock friend. Needs some different directions that these go. Thank you, Shogun. Get some different fun feathers sticking out of this guy's little forehead. We can call it a mohawk if we want. Always thought peacocks were just ridiculous. They're so extra. But they're handsome. Here. I'll wait to start his eyeball because yesterday... No, you know what? Fuck that. Let's go ahead and bring his little eyeball out. He needs to look like he's going to be existing soon. We'll add in a little bit of depth to some of these. You know, we need that shading. I'm going to do a whole month of birds. You can find enough dinosaurs for that, right? If nothing else, we just get better at painting birds. Add some little feathers in here. Start out with some lighter colors, and then I'll go in with a little bit more of a teal. Feathers, it's a feather frenzy. Often I feel like you can do a lot to accomplish with just one brush. And I like that this gives a little bit of the different colors as we go along to add a little more depth to the shapes of the feathers. Birds are so lucky. They all just get to be different personalities all the time. Except peacocks, right? They don't get to fly. So maybe they're not that lucky. Get some blending in here. Get a little spot behind his cute little eye. Bring in his little shading on his back. I'm a big fan of the side perspective. I want him to feel like he's looking in at us, saying hello. We've got the owl up there that we painted yesterday. A little horned owl. Oh, I forgot to post that I'm on right now. Just a little bit of the fine detail to create a nice base. And then we're going to go in with some more lines and different colors to give him an effect of kind of that scaly skin. I say scaly. It's like that weird chicken skin. Dinosaur skin. Next month I'll do bugs. I feel like the iridescence in a lot of bugs is easy to have fun with. Those insects are a little more challenging. Not that this isn't. Second, let's make his head a little bigger. Get some more blue on there. Get a little curve in his neck. Be a little more dramatic than I wanted it to, but that's okay. It's art. Art can be dramatic. And add in a little bit of teal there. Mix with the blue. Go back over this, a little lighter. Right in front of his cute little face. Will always get my fingers messy. Finger painting is half the fun. There's no tool that can blend just the same. Sometimes I see folks doing their whole painting in just like their hands. I'm so impressed. Add a few more up here. Okay, now let's fix his eye. If you guys have been watching in the past couple days, I've been making some aggressive birds, so let's see if we can make this one a little kinder. I think all the birds I make are just a little more serious. Got some important shit to do. How's the view on our little friend? You guys see him okay? Let's get a good picture of him. Just the awkwardness that it begins. So we'll have a little couple of colors, grab some markers here. So maybe add in a little bit more highlights so it's not just white. Those are definitely going to help with adding some more layers to his feather brain. And in case you guys haven't already, cheers to a little bit of coffee. Definitely gonna need it to keep myself awake some more. Happy Sunday, all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hello, lady. My cat is here now. Which, if you guys don't have a cat, at least get yourself one. The world never hurts to have a little feline aggressiveness in your life. Go up here, bring his little beak up some. Cover it in gray so we can come back with highlights. Hydrate break. Peacocks are friends, not food. That's what they say. Alright, let's add a little bit more up towards his eye. Create a good base there. And his beak is probably coming in a little too hot. I love teal and turquoise. Turquoise is probably, cerulean is definitely my favorite blue. But turquoise is definitely in a hot second. Love how the white blends a little bit there. We'll go back over that with the white afterwards. And let's add some darker blue in there. Making sure I have the right shades here. A little more brown first. Smaller brush time. Really like flat brushes, or at least a small angle. It gives me a lot more flexibility to kind of get all the details that I want. I feel like I take forever on paintings, and that's often because there's just so many different, there's too many colors. Life is fun. There's too many colors to play with. So get some shadow over on his neck. And more shadow in between the feathers up towards his chest, because his bright is going to be the best part. The bright parts are always the best part. Add a little bit more up here. Layers, layers, layers are our friends. I like my friends to have layers too. Jacket layers so they don't get cold. Emotional layers so we're not boring. Go a little darker blue there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope everyone's having a kind day as well. I am not unhappy at all being able to paint this cute little peacock. Please feel free to throw in a suggestion for tomorrow's bird. I'm on a 30-day bird kick. I'm going to force myself to paint dinosaurs every day. Or if you have a favorite bird. The more colorful, the better. There we go. Let's mix in a little bit of darker blue with some purple. Make his chest pop. His chest, we say his neck. Not a chest. Yesterday it was my soul owl. He's on the wall there, hanging out, ready to make more friendships. So hard sometimes to be able to talk and paint at the same time. It's a really good challenge though. I always find myself kind of secluding myself in my studio. So I'm getting myself out of my comfort zones, healthy. I'm gonna get small layers there of him. I'm gonna have a little bit of a golden eye for him. That's right, he's 007, baby. Let's give his eye another moment to dry. And in that, let's have some water, some coffee, while he's taken a second to think about what he's done. Or what hasn't done. He has goals. So we got a hummingbird. We have an owl, and now we're going to have Mr. Peacock. What's next? I have to trust you guys on that one. Hey, Mr. Peacock, dry your eye. Don't be sad. Okay. Let's see what he needs here. What do we think he needs? I think maybe a little bit more curve in his neck. Maybe a bigger beak. Agreed. Let's go here. Make his jawline a little bigger. Bring his nose, bring his beak down a little bit. And create a little smooth line instead of that gap. Add a little bit more blue towards his eye there. And then his little peacock dunce cap. I'm just kidding, Peacock. You're very smart, you're very handsome. And your hat is very cute. So then, go ahead and bring this out a little more. Might have to make his beak just a little thicker so we don't have that awkward line. We're gonna have an awkward line, aren't we? That's what happens when you're awkward. He looks extra silly now. Okay, a little more brown now on his eye. And one little white dot in his little reflection part. Not enough paint there. Come on, Sheena. And then we want to do a tan line around his eye. Not a tan line. Yeah, he needs a tan line. He likes to lay in the sun. Some kind of that scaly skin that I was talking about. That's what we'll put around him. Alright, got his beak a little longer. And not curved down. A spicy friend. He's got attitude. Trying to have him finish within an hour, so we'll see if that happens. All right. I think his little mouth is cute now. I think it's almost ready to be left alone. Sticking on my paintbrush, one moment. And right behind his eye, we'll start that little awkward shape. I don't even know what this looks like. It's so geometric. All mocked up. Nice little mock idea. It'll become a lot clearer as we go along. More over. A straight line to his nose. Brown just doesn't pop enough. And we'll fix the black afterwards in the center of his eye. Change up brushes. I think we're making pretty good progress on him. Half hour in, it's already got most of his shape. I think you guys can tell what he is. Blend in a little bit of gray here in the right shade. Blending colors will forever be my favorite. So today, I had to wake up this morning and deal with weeds, and then had work. I feel like it's already 6 o'clock and it's 11, goodness. I hope you guys are having a productive day as well. There's that gray I wanted. Thank you. He looks currently very worried. He's a stressed bird. Stressed bird. No bird should be stressed. All birds should be happy. You have the freedom to just go wherever you want. If I had the power to fly, y'all would never see me. Fix his little nostril. Use that most awkward little bird nostril. Beak goes all the way over, and then it has that little sharp edge, which is kind of terrifying. These birds look all cute and mean, and then they're mean. I really don't know if peacocks are mean to humans. I was attacked by a chicken once when I was a kid, so in my brain, chickens are the enemy. And I see that as a vegetarian. Stupid chicken was just like, hey man, I don't like what you're wearing today, so you wore the wrong color, homie. It's definitely a chicken game. Which, hey, serves me for walking into the wrong place the wrong time. Little chicken homie told me what was up. Let's make ourselves some lighter blue. Still feel like maybe you guys don't have the best view on that. Let's get a little better. I appreciate your patience as I continue to figure out how to stream. Blue is still too light for me. Add in a little bit more, maybe some turquoise to help blend it. That's better. Have some freedom in your colors. They're supposed to be weird. So we'll start up here. Maybe I should wipe that off first. About to make a big old mess. Love this shade. Love how this one came out. What do you guys think? Decent color for the blue. Give him some funky layers. I love layering. That's all I talk about. I think there's just something so fun about maximizing your potential on a canvas. And there's no hate however you want to create. But for me, this always hits. Maybe a little bit too much there. We'll come back through. Add in a little bit more random sporadic feathers here. I love how textured these birds are. Who am I kidding? I love birds. I just love birds. Make sure we're not too heavy on it. All right, Mr. Bird, you're coming along swimmingly. What do you guys think? Would you take him home? Give him lots of land to roam around. Lots of bird food to eat. What if fucking peacocks eat anyway? The hell do these birds eat? People? section here. Shorten that. Give him a little eyebrow. He's gonna have so much personality when we are done. Thank you guys for being with me. You guys are the real help. Alright, keep looking back at that reference sheet. It's never going to look the same as the reference, but that's okay, because it's mine. How are we feeling? Is he looking like a bird? I'm gonna mess up his beak. Watch. Not that I'm doing it intentionally. Sometimes paint is forgiving, other times life is a mess. Some turquoise detail there. Through his eye, under section. Excuse me. All right. We're getting closer to finish, guys. And then he gets to hang on the wall with his fellow homies. Make sure we have just a little bit of depth there. Go back to brighter blue. Some more blue with the teal. Get a nice ridiculous color. And make sure just to go in random lost directions, because what's the point? And being normal. Art is meant to be free. There's no wrong way to get to something. Just fucking have fun. And for me, birds are fun. Okay, now we're gonna give him a moment to breathe, get his life together, be a normal bird, before we start working on the actual details. Huge fan of markers for those fine details. Posca is the bee's knees. Coffee break? Anyone? Everyone? moments where like I get pain in my face. Somebody please tell me if I'm a mess. Highlight, a little more pop, pizzazz. That's right, I said pizzazz. Please judge me. Now to find a little black marker for that little detail on his eye. These things are fantastic. I believe they are these are the 1mm. So great. So great. I try and at least have every color of, or every size for black, especially when it comes to doing murals. It's so much fun to be able to have that thick outline. And just go over everything after you've kind of completed your idea. It's not the same with paint, with acrylic at least for me. I much prefer having the ability to continue on or just make it a little more realistic without that hard line. There's nothing wrong with anyone who does. Please let me put that out there. Alright, I thought I had a lighter peach, but alas, we are in a lacking peach marker. So we'll give him a little more of an orange. Complement the background, make the rest of him pop a little bit. And then we will work on his cute little snoot. Okay, we got 15 minutes to finish this little bad boy. Not me setting timers for myself for sanity or insanity. Don't do that to yourself if you take a little bit longer to create something. It's not as healthy to throw extra stress on yourself if you don't need to. For me, I find it fun to challenge. And then it also forces me to kind of walk away from something, even though I'd really, really like to spend more time with it. But like there's so many times where art is already close to finished and then I'll stare at it too long and I'll find flaws, and then finding flaws ends up making new flaws. So sometimes it's best just to say, that's it, I'm leaving it here. You can always go back and like make something again just to see how you do it on that second time around. I feel like that it's a mental grace. I don't know if you keep any of your sketchbooks, but you should. Every sketch that you make, just find a folder for them, put them away, and come back in a few years just to be like, okay, you know, as a reference to one, see how your progress is done, and then try and recreate the same stuff that you made before, whether your energy is in it or not. So often emotions are so charged into our art that we don't feel the same when we're going to make something the next time. It's easier to let go after you've poured your emotions onto canvas. But you guys know this already. And even if you don't want to use your emotions on painting, you can use it to read, you can write. Journaling is fun as fuck. You know what else is fun? Poetry. I've gotten really into poetry these last few weeks. I think that means that I'm getting older. Surprise! Life is aging. Been obsessed with Rumi. Now, that being said, he had a wonderful backstory and had a lot of love in his life. So I feel like the art comes a little easier. Lighter details. Just kidding. This marker's dying on me. There we go. And then after we put them down, we'll just dab them a little bit so that way they're not too heavy. Maybe give them a little smudge. Come back in, make some different type of textures here to create a little bit of that dinosaur looking skin. Also on his little eyebrow. Basically just tiny feathers. It just looks like it's skin. At least that's how I view it. A little dinosaur skin. I can be whatever you want. There's literally no wrong answer. Unless you're a scientist. And then they'll tell you that everything I'm saying is the wrong answer. And I apologize, Mr. Scientist. I'm not trying to challenge you. But your animals are real cute. Thanks, Earth. Okay, so we got that. Maybe a little darker blue or some lighter blue. Lighter blue. Add in some highlights just so that way a couple of these friends pop a little more. What do you guys think? See, it's close to complete. So got almost an hour there. Shading here. And we'll come back in. Just a little bit of texture. beak as well. Some more white added on here shortly. A little off-white. It's going to be just some direct shading he has there. Shaping around the edges. Some light lines over, just enough to make it seem like he's got some skin issues. No, we don't want to make him get issues. We want him to be a happy bird. Go over just a little bit, blend there. Okay. Got that hard dive on the nose, beak, around the nose in my brain. It's probably not the healthiest. That's how they're created, with a nose. Maybe add a little bit more right here. In this turquoise section. Where's my darker blue? I'm asking you guys like you know where my paints are. Okay, I want a little bit more on his neck area. Don't put too heavy on it. Just want enough to give him some shading, some depth a little more. Add that dark over. All around whatever white we have. Especially in his creepy eye. I said I didn't really like a whole lot of black, but I just want to give it a little bit of pop. So that way he looks a little more 3D. Okay. Made it just about the perfect timing. What do we think? You guys happy with the bird you created today? You happy that you brought him to life? I am. I think he's pretty chill. I could have given him more love, but well, we're coming up on an hour, and that's the rule. Some days are not going to be as pretty. Not to say that this one is. But other days will take just a little bit more. I love that dark blue. Take advantage of the last 3 minutes that we have here on this. Okay. Throwing in the towel on this, Brendo. I'm not. I still have a minute. A little extra white. Certainly wasting that last minute I had, huh? Blend my paint. Okay, Mr. Bird. Just a little bit more. All right, I'm getting that countdown. 20 seconds or so. Viola. What do we think? Is he cute enough? Thank you guys. We got to create another bird today. Another bird is the word. And that means right. Thank you guys for your kindness. I will be back tomorrow with a new bird. What bird? Well, I don't know. A bird. Just a bird. Thank you again, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.